Hello and welcome. I'm Katrina Pratt Roebuck, and I'm the founder and CEO of Uplifme. And Uplifme is a national resource site for social service events happening across the country. We also highlight the great work of organizations here in Philadelphia. So, today I have with me Dr. Michelle Anne Simmons, who is the founder and CEO of Why Not Prosper. So, Dr. Michelle, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Katrina.
So, can you start by telling our listeners what Why Not Prosper does and who you serve?
Okay, so Why Not Prosper is a grassroots nonprofit. We are located in Germantown section of Philadelphia. Our mission is to support formerly incarcerated women
Mm,
transition from prison back to the community. Now, when I started Why Not Prosper 24 years ago, I just had a vision to open up a house. But within that time frame, we've grew to 8 different services. And, I mean, 8 programs and 13 different services. So the
wow.
signature part of Why Not Prosper is the house. We work with the women behind the wall, and when they get released, if they don't have nowhere healthy to come home to, they transition to the house. The mission for the house and Why Not Prosper is to support the women in the PA prison system transition from prison to community, and we support them with staying clean, getting their
Mhm.
children back, and making family sustaining wages.
Wow, that's fantastic. Can you talk a little bit? So, you mentioned that you're working with the women behind the walls. So, can you talk about what that process, that referral process is? How do people engage with your organization?
So for the house, which is the signature part of Why Not Prosper, and I mentioned other services, so I'll bring them up in a second. But right
Mhm.
now, as it relates to process and how do people, the women engage? One, we're in the prison. Two, we've
Okay.
been around 24 years. So the jails all through the state of Pennsylvania and all through, different counties, they refer women to us all the time. And for a woman to
Wow.
come to Why Not Prosper, because I'm formerly incarcerated, I drop all those barriers for them to get into the program. All I really want to know, Miss Katrina, is that they want something different and how can we help? So
Mhm.
basically, I don't care if they're sex offender, arsonist, drug addiction, mental health, because I know that's what this population is coming with. And so the criteria is really, really small.
Mhm.
And only thing I will disqualify somebody is severe mental health, like if they're really psychotic, that's not
Mhm.
good for the house because it is transitional. Now we start
Wow.
working with them in a pre-release model in the
Mhm.
jail. It's called breaking the cycle, and so we put them in cohorts. Soon as they get 90 days to the gate, and we start asking them where you're going to go, where you're going to live, who going to be your supports, where are your children, and
Mhm.
so during that cohort, if we find that they don't have nowhere safe to come home to, then they could transition to the house. And then
Mhm.
they stay there 6 months to a year. And
Okay.
so we connect them to all other services during that continuum of care model.
That is wonderful. And I think, really being holistic and supporting folks, I think is so important. And I'm sure that folks really feel hopeful to know that once they're released, they have your organization to come to. So I'm sure that that provides people with a lot of hope, which is so important. Can you talk a little bit perhaps about folks that might know about Why Not Prosper, but perhaps don't know something that you do? Is there anything that the general public doesn't know that you'd like them to know?
Well, I don't assume that anybody know anything, but what I would like to tell the listening audience that Why Not Prosper is on fire. And my vision and my mission as the CEO is to make sure every woman, any woman coming from the criminal justice system, know they got a safe place they could start, a safe landing spot. So what you need to know about Why Not Prosper, I go out and we do assessments all the time. And that's assessments with the women, that's assessments with the community because
Mhm.
God gave me the vision to open up the house right back where I got in trouble at, which is Germantown. So,
Mhm.
people might not know we have a museum. We have the first
Mm.
formerly incarcerated museum in the country where
Wow.
we're lifting up these stories, not only for myself, but other brothers and sisters across the country that had missed a step. And now they are like elected officials, they CEOs, they're entrepreneur, they're artists. So the museum is called the Firm, the formerly Incarcerated Renaissance Museum. So we welcome
Wow.
everybody to come and check that out. Open during the week, Monday to Friday, 9 to 3. So the website has that information, which we'll give in the end. And we also got a rolling engagement van. And that the vision behind the engagement van was birthed during COVID because people was
Mm-hmm.
like so uninformed. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know what services was
Right.
available. So
Right.
we rode up into the hoods with clothes and food and hygienes and resources. So the red van stands for the rolling engagement van. And so people might not know, we'll bring the red van to your hood. We pull up on the avenue, Shelton Avenue, Germantown Avenue, Lehigh Avenue, Girard Avenue. We want to
Mhm.
go where the people are, and we offer them the services that we have.
Well, Why Not Prosper is on fire, just like you started in the beginning. That's a lot of fire. I have to go back and ask you more because I'm excited to hear about some of the things you just said. So the first formerly incarcerated people's museum, is that how you categorize it? What would people find when they come to the museum? What would people expect to see there and learn there?
So what they're going to find is a bunch of hope and inspiration. They're
Mm,
going to see how the stigma, the labeling, and the stigmas formerly incarcerated have been dismantled. It's broken down
mm,
into 4 sections. One is an intro section, a little bit about me and starting Why Not Prosper and starting swag and starting the museum and what drove it. And then it goes into the incarcerated section. And in that section, they're going to learn about all the artwork and things that was created um, from people behind the wall. Like, we are so brilliant. And then you can
mm.
shift over to the incarcerated wall. And that's all what we've done since we've come home. And the last section is revolutionary. And so those are writings, those are policies, those are artwork, pardons that we've gotten, that we want the world to know that we are not our mistakes. And so those are the sections that you'll find there. It's a sacred space for us. It was really
Mm.
my heart to leave a legacy for us, formerly incarcerated individuals. And it was designed by all formerly incarcerated women.
I love that. I love that. And to your point of it being the first in the country, I've never heard of anything like that. So the innovation of your organization is amazing. Can you talk a little bit, perhaps, about what you're looking forward to accomplishing in the coming year?
Okay, so I don't know if it'll be done in a year, but I'm on a fast track to do Why Not Prosper International. I
Okay.
just came home from Ghana, so I'm spending time in the prisons there and building relationships. We just acquired an acre of land, and I just finalized my blueprints and building permit. I
Oh
was
my
there
goodness.
on, yup. So we just
Wow.
prayed over the land, and so I'm building 10 beds for my sisters in Ghana, and also not all the services, but the biggest thing is bringing the resources to the women: computers, laptop, clothes, and
Mm,
then having somewhere to transition to so that they don't have to go back to like husbands that's beating them, those domestic violence situations. The substance use is just as great in Ghana as it is in PA. And
okay.
so, like, God gave me a vision to open up the house. So this time next year, I plan to be cutting a ribbon in Cape Coast, Ghana.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Um,
Hmm.
Definitely want to connect with you again when that opens, and so you can share all the work that you're doing there. I'm sure people would love to know that. And
Yeah.
so, thinking about that, how can people support your work? How can people donate with Why Not Prosper or volunteer with your organization?
So it's a plethora of ways people could serve and give. The first thing is with the vision that we have for Ghana. I'm going to begin to start to collect like hygiene products, bedding,
Mm,
things for the women behind the wall, flip flops, panties. They don't have those things there. They don't get those.
mm,
So that's one way. Like, I try to do one campaign at a time. It don't
okay.
work that well, but I'm going to be getting containers. They're 40 feet containers, and we get to fill them up with whatever. So people are going to be able to donate like that. They also could donate through our website, Why
Okay.
Not Prosper, and they could donate to whatever area they feel led to. So they could donate to the house for the women here in PA. They could donate to the firm. They could donate to the Red Van. They could donate to Ghana. And everything that you could donate to, you also could come physically and put your hands to it too. So like
Mm,
coming to be at the firm and volunteering, like when we get big groups coming. We're
mm,
having a big event on July 17th, a big block party for the 19144 zip code. So we have to serve everybody food. You know, I'm expecting maybe 300 people. So I need volunteers to serve that food, give those
mm,
clothes away, to, register people. So it's so much work to do. The in the community. Our website have everything I just mentioned. It has, a link for the Rev. If you wanted to come, it's there. If you want to make a tour for the Rev van, it's there. If you have a woman that needs services and you want to, have somebody apply to come, that's there. It's a volunteer application. It's there.
okay.
The donate button is there. So
Mhm,
like
mhm,
I try to make it really easy for people to serve and give. And this has really been a great time. People are really feeling the heart to give, right? And
mhm.
so I'm excited for partnerships and new relationships. Just go to the website www y why dash not dash prosper.org.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm.
We will put that information in the show notes as well so people can have this information that are watching this video. And so, definitely, I know folks will be really excited to support you. It's always amazing to me when I talk to folks. And so, I've known you for a number of years now,
Yes.
and to
Yes.
hear all the things that you're working on, which I didn't know that broad scope. So, it's just
Okay.
always heartening to me to hear how much beautiful work is happening, and how
Okay.
big people's hearts are, and of which yours is one of them for sure. So thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for spending this time with me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care.